Hello, Paul's Care Team. It's Paul here today, just bringing you up to speed with what's going on in my life. Firstly, my shirt, because I know often you ask for it. So there you go. That's what it is. I don't quite know what to call it. What I will say is that quite a few of the t-shirts in my collection are the Memento Mori ones. They tend to have skeletons and skulls on them and things. And now that I'm getting on with living, I'm finding myself kind of not wanting to wear them, which is good, because whilst I acknowledge we are all to die, I actually don't sort of want to think about it anymore. I've done a lot of thinking about it, and really I'd rather think about something else right now. So that's good. Yesterday I had a CT scan, and actually I had a photo taken with it. So here you go. This is me getting my CT scan yesterday. And that's my 3-monthly CT. So I had one in the middle of March, and this is my one for the middle of June. I know some of you will be thinking, hang on, didn't you have a scan the other day? Yeah, I did, but that was a PET scan, whereas this is a CT scan. So there you go. I had that yesterday. It all went fine, but I won't get the results until my oncology appointment next week. I jumped on a scales today and got a real surprise when I found that I'm now about 82.5 kilograms. So I've actually overshot the exact healthy weight for my height if you put credence in the BMI scale, which I know a lot of people point out is quite a flawed way of looking at things, but it's a guideline. So I'll just pop up my BMI score. I think it was 27 off the top of my head. So there it is on the screen, and as you can see, it puts me in the top end of the healthy range. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take chocolate out of my diet. So I was deliberately eating chocolate in my diet because I wanted to gain weight. Now that I've gained the weight, I need to stop. If I keep going, I'm actually going to end up overweight. So yeah, that's it for chocolate, which Caroline has said is actually a good thing, because Caroline doesn't really like having chocolate in the house, because if there's chocolate in the house, then Caroline wants chocolate, and that's bad. So no more chocolate for this household. So in terms of getting on with living, you probably remember that back before cancer, what I used to do as a hobby to keep myself interested was to wreck cars, and in that process I sometimes used to make videos. So I won a smashed up car at auction yesterday. It's a BL Mazda 3. It's the SP25, which is the fancy one with the nice alloy rims and what have you. Actually, and here's a picture of it. So there you go. That's what I won at auction yesterday. She's had a really decent smash. So and I like smashed up cars. Kind of fascinate me. I know they fascinate most people. That's why they always slow down to look at crashes when they see them. Normally, I'd have the car towed to my house in Ardross, where I would wreck it, and then I'd have it picked up from Ardross after I was finished. I'm not staying at my Ardross house at the moment, so what I did was I had it towed straight to the car recycler, which is basically like a scrapyard, who is a friend of mine, and he's going to let me go in there tomorrow anyway, and pull off any parts I want and do dismantling and what have you. And that way we save on one tow, because I've had it towed straight from the auction yard to his place. So that's good. It has the disadvantage of I don't have the car with me at any time other than when I go to his scrapyard, but that's okay. That's all right. I am glad to save on one tow. When I go out there tomorrow, it's going to be one of these tests of where I'm at, because I've tended to steer very clear of places that are dirty and what I'd call unhygienic. And a scrapyard is dusty because we've had a lot of rain. It's probably going to be muddy. If I work hard, I'm going to be sweaty. And all of these are pretty incompatible with having a colostomy bag. But I need to get on with living, and I need to prove to myself that I can still do some of the things that I used to do, maybe a bit slower, a bit more carefully, but I can still do them. And that's that concept of the three-legged dog that I've talked about before, where the three-legged dog doesn't think about the leg that it's lost. It just thinks about the three that it's still got left. And it goes, hang on, I can still do things. I can still run around and what have you. And I want to prove, or possibly disprove to myself tomorrow, that I can still work on cars. And as it turns out, I've got another friend of mine who's a mechanic, a Mazda specialist, and he wants the block out of this car. And for those of you that don't know, the block is the bottom half of the engine. So removing that block is going to require a fair bit of stretching and lifting and manoeuvring and thinking for me. So it's going to be a challenge, and it's a challenge that I'm looking forward to. I'm doing this as a hobby, basically. So I'm doing it for the enjoyment of it, and hopefully, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully it won't cost me money. I'll actually make a little bit of money out of it. I don't think I'm going to make very much, but what it will do, it'll get me out of the house. It'll keep me socially activated with my friends, you know, and as I said, one of my friends owns the yard, and it just gives me a challenge. It gets me out of the house. It does all the things that I need right now. So that's going to be my day tomorrow. I'll maybe shoot a video, or I'll at least hopefully take some stills for you and show you how my day goes tomorrow. But rest assured, I am starting to stretch myself a little bit now, because I am feeling better physically, and I'm feeling better mentally. So I need to keep going. On that topic, I know from talking to you previously that some of you have mobility issues. Quite a few of you are bed-bound or housebound or in a wheelchair or something like that. I want to remind you, and we've talked about this before, I want to remind you that every now and again you need to get out in the sun. So if you are one of those people with those mobility issues, please do think about getting into your backyard and getting some sun, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, and even if you need to ask for help to get yourself out of bed. You and I both know that it's no good for you to sit in that bed all day, every day. I understand that because of your condition, you need to be in there a fair bit, but you do need to get up and have a stretch, and why not see me as the excuse to do that? So get yourself out into your backyard, and then write me a little comment and tell me about it. And with any luck, I'll read it, and I'll be able to write back to you with some words of encouragement. Or if I don't write back, maybe one of the other subscribers will write back to you. But do try and move. I recognise it's really hard when you're in that situation. Straight after my surgery last year, I couldn't get out of bed for quite a while, but everyone was very clear. The road to recovery involves movement. That was true for me, and it'll be true for you. So please do get some movement, and I'll talk to you again soon. Be kind, make good choices, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye-bye. Don't forget this one, all right? See ya.